It's one. It's one. A lot more to come. Shout out our fans. Absolutely incredible. Thank you guys for showing up, showing love to all my teammates. We appreciate you. More to come.
The so-called rivalry, overhyped, the trash talk, present, and the 7-month wait, worth every second. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she unleashed hell.
Seconds left. Clark fires. You bet! The first logo bomb of the season. Clark looking to shake Vandersloot. Step back is good. Here's Clark firing and hitting. A triple-double for Caitlin Clark. And she starts 2025 with a triple-double.
A triple-double no one in WNBA history has ever achieved in a season opener, and she did it while humiliating Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky by 35 points.
And Caitlin Clark handled her business game 1. 20, 10, and 10. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, what did the kids say? Belt to ass? Oh yeah. Indiana Fever, destroy, obliterate, run out of the gym the Chicago Sky. 93-58.
You couldn't script it better if you tried. The media wanted fireworks between Clark and Reese. What they got was a blowtorch. From the opening tip, Clark looked like she had one mission: remind everyone why she's the face of the league. No hesitation, no nerves, just domination. Threes from deep, dimes that froze defenders, rebounds like she was 6'6".
Guarded by Atkins. Atkins gets a poke on it. Here's Clark firing and hitting.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. She grabbed some rebounds and then vanished. No impact, no answers, no signs of the fire she bragged about all offseason.
So, Reese spinning, couldn't pop it in. The O board, no. Another chance stripped away by Clark.
And as for the rest of the team, they simply did not have an answer to stop the force that is Caitlin Clark. And if you think that's wild, wait until you hear what happened after Clark's flagrant foul on Reese.
What is going to be the biggest news for the next 3 months. So let's talk about Caitlin Clark's hard foul on Angel Reese. Now, when I saw this live, I was literally screaming no. I was like, not again.
There was strong tension in between the two stars that brewed on the court as players were getting fouled and dropped to the floor. That one moment flipped the entire game on its head and exposed the truth about this rivalry for the whole world to see.
Does it feel like it's been an eternity since you played a game that counted, or does it feel now that it's gone by fast?
It feels like it's gone by fast, yeah. Which I didn't know going into the offseason of how exactly it would feel. I feel like just yesterday it was January and I was itching for like this first game. I was like thinking about this moment, and I mean, you think it will take a long time to get there, but it doesn't. If you just, stay consistent in what you do and follow your routines and, you stay busy, it comes pretty fast. But yeah, it didn't feel slow. I feel like this moment has raced up on us.
7 months. That's how long Caitlin Clark waited. 7 long, silent months. No games, no highlight reels, just questions, doubts. Headlines from critics whispering that her magic might have been left behind in Iowa, that she couldn't possibly do it again. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was everywhere. Podcast clips, social posts, mic'd up sound bites, all of it building up this so-called rivalry that only one player seemed to believe in.
If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
Reese talked like she already owned the league, but when the lights came on in Indianapolis, Caitlin Clark didn't say a word. She let her game do the talking, and it spoke loud. From her first touch, you could feel the tension in the arena shift. The crowd leaned forward, waiting, hoping, and then it happened.
That from her, catching around that 15-foot area. Clark
Connects! The first logo bomb of the season from Caitlin Clark.
Clark pulled up from the logo, from the actual logo, and drilled it. No hesitation, no conscience, just cash. Boom.
Clark pulls deep one left wing. Caitlin Clark is hurt.
The arena erupted like a playoff game in June. Fans jumped out of their seats, phones flew into the air, the bench lost their minds. It was like a switch flipped, and suddenly everyone remembered exactly who Caitlin Clark was.
The season is back. It is on. A triple-double in the first game back. Are you shitting me? It's like we wrote a script for this thing.
This wasn't just a basketball shot, it was a declaration, a message sent not just to the sky, but to the entire league. I'm back, and I'm better. After that, it was over. Her swagger returned instantly. The dimes started flying. She baited defenders, froze them, then whipped passes behind her back like she was playing street ball in front of 18,000 people. The crowd was feeding off her. Well, every bucket, every assist, every rebound felt like an uppercut.
4 seconds left. Clark fires. You bet! Clark drills the three to end the second.
By halftime, she already had 7 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. The triple-double watch was on, and the sky. They looked like they had no idea what hit them. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was nowhere to be found. She snatched rebounds, sure, but her presence, her impact, non-existent. For someone who swore the world was watching women's basketball because of her, she picked the worst possible night to vanish.
Already her 7th, averaged a league record 13 per game last year.
And yet, the most explosive moment of the game was still to come. But then came the moment that completely shattered the illusion of a rivalry. See, Angel Reese didn't just lose the game, she lost the narrative. For months, she'd been the loudest voice in the room, proclaiming that she was the reason fans were tuning in, that she was the face of women's basketball. But when it was time to back it up on the court, Reese had no answers, and the numbers don't lie.
Angel Reese, 17 boards, 12 points in a losing effort. What do you guys always hear me say on this channel? Just about like clockwork, if she gets a double-double, they're gonna lose the game.
She pulled down 17 rebounds. On paper, that sounds impressive. But if you watch the game, you know exactly what that stat doesn't show. She looked like the exact same inefficient player we saw last season, bricking layups, padding her rebounding numbers by grabbing her own misses, then missing again. It was like watching a glitch on loop. Miss, rebound, miss again. No points. It was painful.
This is one of the screenshots that was taken New Year, same Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark blocks Angel Reese's 4-foot 2-point shot. Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses 2-point shot. Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses layup. I mean, we're right back to where we were last season.
She wasn't passing, she wasn't defending, she wasn't even communicating, just racking up hollow rebounds in a blowout loss, while her team looked completely lost without leadership. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was orchestrating a masterpiece. She controlled the pace like a seasoned vet, slicing through the defense, finding teammates in stride, and drilling shots from distances Reese wouldn't even attempt. Clark wasn't trying to make it personal, she was too focused on winning. And in doing so, she exposed just how far Reese still has to go. You could see the difference in how they carried themselves. Clark, calm, deadly, surgical, Reese, frustrated, scrambling, and checked out before the third quarter even ended. And the worst part? She knew it. That swagger she carried into the arena was long gone by halftime. The stare downs, missing. The talking, silent. It's like Clark's logo 3 sucked the confidence right out of her. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Angel Reese had all off season to prepare for this moment. And she showed up looking like she never left. Same missed layups, same sloppy footwork, same empty energy.
Reese spinning, couldn't pop it in, the O board, no. Another chance stripped away by Clark.
The only thing louder than her silence during the game was the silence after, but things only got more chaotic when the pressure finally boiled over. That's when the fake rivalry turned into full-blown controversy. But just when it looked like the sky couldn't sink any lower, chaos hit the court. With under 2 minutes left in the third quarter, Angel Reese caught the ball on a fast break and went up for what should have been an easy layup. But Caitlin Clark wasn't about to let that happen. She sprinted in, wrapped her up with a hard take foul, clean, physical, nothing dirty, and sent Reese to the floor.
Rebecca Allen, too strong on a 3. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. We know there are always increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark and Angel.
In any other game, it's just another whistle, but this wasn't just any game. The second Reese hit the hardwood, the entire building held its breath. She popped up like she wanted revenge, charging straight toward Clark with fire in her eyes. It looked like fists were coming. Every fan in the arena stood up. Phones were out. You could literally hear someone in the crowd yell, "Yo, they're about to fight."
Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese wide open, you knew that Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that foul.
But Clark, she didn't flinch. She didn't talk back. She just turned around and walked away like she was swatting a fly. And then, boom, Aaliyah Boston stepped in. Not hesitantly, not cautiously. She got right in Reese's face and made it crystal clear. You're not touching our point guard.
Angel Reese gets the ball. Caitlin Clark goes over, does a hard foul, commits a hard foul on Angel Reese. She falls to the ground. After that, Angel Reese gets up. She's feeling super spicy. She's charging at Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is walking away. Aaliyah Boston steps in and kind of stops Angel Reese.
It wasn't fake tough energy. It wasn't drama for the cameras. It was protection, and the kind of move that tells you everything about the culture Indiana is building. The refs immediately jumped in to separate players, and after a long review, they hit Clark with a flagrant foul and slapped Aaliyah Boston with a technical for stepping into the confrontation.
What happened when you got the flagrant, Aaliyah, you got a technical? What kind of happened there?
Abby got the tech?
I know. Wait, what?
I got the tech?
I didn't know that.
Oh,
First of all,
I know.
let's not make it. Let's not.
Fans lost it, booed, screamed. Even on the broadcast, commentators were stunned. Because let's be real, that foul wasn't flagrant, and Boston wasn't starting anything. She was doing what any real leader does, protect her teammate when it matters most. But the damage was done. The whistle blew, emotions were boiling, the rivalry was now real, and from that moment forward, the Indiana Fever didn't just play harder, they turned ruthless.
And let's be honest, from that moment on, Angel Reese disappeared. Her impact on the game, gone. Caitlin, she was in her zone. It's like Clark didn't just eat the foul, she took over the moment, mentally and physically. So now the big question is, was that fire from Reese real? Or just for show?
If the Sky thought they were getting momentum from that foul, they were dead wrong, because what came next was the real knockout punch. Indiana responded with a savage 12-2 run, turning a 19-point beatdown into a full-blown annihilation. The crowd was buzzing, the bench was bouncing, and Clark, she looked like she was just getting warmed up. Suddenly, the passes got crisper, the defense got tighter. The Sky, they couldn't even get the ball past half court without panicking. It was like the Fever smelled blood and went in for the kill. You want to talk about team chemistry? The Fever were flying around the court like they'd been playing together for years, switching on every screen, doubling every drive, talking nonstop on defense, and every time the Sky looked up at the scoreboard, the lead got bigger. This wasn't just a response, this was a message, and that message was loud and clear. Don't ever try to punk Caitlin Clark, because the whole squad will bury you. While the cameras were locked on Clark and Reese, Aaliyah Boston was quietly destroying everything inside the paint. 5 blocks, a career high, and that's not even counting the dozen shots she altered that don't show up in the box score. Every time Camila Cardoso, her former South Carolina teammate, tried to go up strong, she got sent back, rejected, denied, humiliated. It wasn't just defense, it was psychological warfare. Boston planted herself under the rim like a brick wall. Nothing got by her. Her timing was perfect, her positioning was elite, and her presence intimidating. Sky players were second guessing every single move once they got within 5 feet of her. She didn't just block shots, she changed the entire energy of the game. And while Reese was chasing rebounds from her own misses, Boston was putting on a masterclass in how to own the paint.
Nice, great job of those long arms of Aaliyah Boston here, going up multiple times, and then the block as well for the jump ball.
While the Sky were unraveling, Lexi Hull was exploding. She didn't check into the game, she detonated. 9 points, 9 rebounds, and about 50 different moments where she made Chicago's players wish they never left the locker room. She dove headfirst for loose balls. She fought through every screen like it was personal. She was guarding every inch of the court like her paycheck depended on it. And honestly, it felt like it rattled Chicago. Every time Hull touched the ball, the crowd got louder. Every time she snatched a board or broke up a pass, the Fever's bench went wild. She wasn't a role player anymore. She was a problem. She turned defense into chaos. She turned effort into momentum. And for Chicago, she turned the game into a nightmare. Lexi Hull didn't just earn more minutes. She changed the entire energy of the Fever's rotation. And the Sky, they couldn't match it.
Clark in transition. Clark, oh, what a look! And Hull lays it in!
And while Hull was setting the court on fire, Angel Reese disappeared completely. After the flagrant drama, after the forced walk-up on Clark, after all the cameras zoomed in, she vanished. No fire, no leadership, no impact. She just drifted through the game like someone waiting for it to end. The woman who said she was the reason people watch women's basketball just watched the game fall apart when had nothing to say about it afterward, literally. Her post-game quote about the foul, basketball play, refs got it right, let's move on, that's it.
Angel Reese was also asked about this play after the game, and she kept it very short and sweet. She said it was a basketball play, the refs called it, and let's move on.
No accountability, no reflection, just silence. After a 35-point beatdown on national TV, if this was supposed to be her statement game, it said a whole lot of nothing. And here's what nobody was talking about. While the internet argued over Clark versus Reese and flagrant fouls, Diana Bonner quietly made WNBA history.
One more free throw for Bonner. It's in the air, and it's good. Dawana Bonner now third in WNBA history in scoring. 7,489 points and counting.
2 fourth-quarter free throws, clean, clutch, and calm, pushed her into 3rd place on the league's all-time scoring list. No trash talk, no flexing, just legacy. And guess who was the first person to hype her up post-game? Caitlin Clark. She didn't hijack the moment. She didn't center herself. She praised Bonner and called her the strongest voice in the locker room. That's not just class, that's leadership. While Angel Reese was putting on a show for the cameras, Clark and the Fever were celebrating actual greatness. That's the difference.
Yo, overall, just hell of an effort. DB, congratulations. CC triple double. AB double double. Let's see if we're near a double double now.
In the Fever locker room, you could feel it. Joy, hunger, unity. Veterans hugged rookies. Coaches delivered speeches. Clark stayed humble. Aaliyah Boston shouted out her teammates. And even though they just made history, they wanted more. And get this, they did it all without Sophie Cunningham. One of their most important veterans was out, and they still embarrassed the Sky. Meanwhile, in Chicago's locker room, it was dead. No noise, no leadership, no answers, just blank stares and confused faces. A team that came in thinking this was a rivalry and left knowing they never stood a chance.
What's the mood after that triple-double?
Got the dub. Thanks, guys.
Caitlin Clark's triple-double wasn't just a performance, it was a warning shot to the entire league. The Fever didn't just beat the Sky, they erased them. This was supposed to be the game that launched a rivalry. Instead, it turned into a coronation. Clark owned the court, Boston owned the paint, Hull brought the chaos, and Diana Bonner made history. And Angel Reese, she watched. So if you're still calling this a rivalry, you weren't watching the same game. This is Indiana versus everybody. If you're riding with Caitlin Clark and the Fever this season, drop a baby goat over baby giraffe in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because if this was just game 1, the league isn't ready for what's coming next. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.